Katie Nicholl is the Royal Correspondent for the Mail on Sunday and the Vanity Fair.
Yes.
You said just like a doll there. Who
Yes,
are you talking
like a
about?
little
Are you talking about the
doll.
baby or Kate? Because she looked magnificent, didn't she?
Both. Kate looked like a mannequin. You think, oh, was that bump really there? Was there a convenient cushion placed for 9 months up her dress? Because she just looked absolutely astonishing. I mean, it was just a day of and you know, seeing George and seeing the baby, and then seeing Kate looking like she's never had a baby. That was very, very exciting, very, very special time. And you know, they do look blissfully happy, don't they? The two of them. You really feel like they've completed their family, and you wonder if they knew they were going to have a girl, because
well, someone did, because someone tweeted their name Charlotte, what, a week ago?
And do you know what? Funny enough, Matt, I was in the shop at Kensington Palace yesterday, you know, trying to while away a few hours in between broadcasts. And there's some notepaper there with a whole Princess Charlotte theme on it. And I thought,
really?
well, I mean, I wish I'd gone in there before I put my bet on Alice.
Put some money down. What do you think of the name? Because it's Charlotte, Elizabeth, Diana.
I think it's beautiful. I think it is. They've really scored a hat trick, because Charlotte is, I think, yes, there's history to it, but it's
regal enough.
It's very dated history, okay? Yeah. Not since the 18th century, so very dated. But I think they just loved it, and I think it's lovely that they were able to choose a name that they loved. Elizabeth, well, you know, obviously in homage to the Queen, but also Elizabeth is a really important name to the Middletons. It's Kate's middle name.
Okay.
It's Carol's middle name. There was a great grandmother called Elizabeth, so there's nice tradition there.
And Charlotte's Pippa's middle name, is that right?
And Charlotte is also Pippa's middle name, that is right. But I think more than that was just that they liked it. But it's nice that there's that echo. But of course Diana was the big one, because we'd all been speculating, now that we know it's a girl, will they reflect that? You know, is William really going to make sure that history is honoured and his mother's memory is remembered? And I think it's a clever way of doing it. I think had it been the first name, it would have been, I think it would have been awful, actually, because you would have had that constant comparison all the time. But actually being a third name, I mean, you know, you have to think of Prince William's third name.
I don't even have one.
I don't even have one either. But it is there, and that's the point. It's there.
And they are there in Kensington Palace, his mother's old home. Are they going to stay there long, or are they going to up sticks and move almost permanently to the countryside?
Well, we know they've just had a very important visitor, of course, the Queen, this afternoon. And in fact, Prince Charles was back there only recently for his second visit for more cuddles. But I think now that that's been done, she's met all the senior members of the family, they're going to go to Anmer pretty soon, which is their bolt hole in Norfolk. The one thing that's so apparent when you're at Kensington Palace is they're just exposed. They can't go and push a pram around. There's very little privacy. But at Anmer, they can just be normal people.
Land a helicopter anywhere you like over there.
Oh, you can.
Katie, thank you very much indeed. Lovely to see you.